Good evening. Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to our session on artificial intelligence. Can I get some response from the users? Am I audible? Can you see my screen? Dear participants, please utilize chat box for interacting with me in this session. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. So, are you guys ready? Can we start our session on artificial intelligence? Yes. So what do you mean by artificial intelligence? And give me some example of real life application nowadays. Nowadays, we could see a lot of AI evolving around us, and we are actually utilizing it a lot, right? Can I get some examples? Yes, anyone? So, what is this artificial intelligence? So, let me define those. Starting with, so let us see some definition and I'll explain what is artificial intelligence. ChatGPT, very good. So, recent times, ChatGPT is one of the widely used AI tool, right? Many people have used it, and you could find it amazing, right? It's like a real person chatting with us. It is really good. It's performing well. Apart from that, we still have a lot more of AI tools around us. So, what is this AI? So, this AI or artificial intelligence is a simulation of human-like intelligence and problem-solving abilities in machines and computer systems. Okay, so you are going to create intelligence which thinks like human, which acts like human, which does the problem solving, and in machines and computer systems. So you are going to create a human-like intelligence which does the task of human and which does the task which can't be done by humans also. So we could see that it has been evolved recently very widely. So talking about this AI, so recently you could have seen that in Chandrayaan 3 we have landed in the moon, right? Driverless cars like in Tesla, very good humanoid robots. Even in Chandrayaan 3, if you have seen the details about it, you could understand that for the landing in moon, okay, so how AI have played a big role in how it flew and landed for finding that optimal place, because we have different craters, right? Apart from that, image processing are also used with AI, so that for example, once it's landed, we could have seen that a tweet from ISRO that the Chandrayaan 3, the module was landed successfully and the rover was like roaming around the path, and it has found a crater on its own, and it has to retrace its path, and it has changed its direction and headed towards a new direction. We could see the image. So apart from that, based on image and also sensors are available. So how this decision making is implemented, whether they are controlling from here, which is not actually possible for real time control, it's difficult. So how it's done with the help of AI. Not only that, nowadays we could see that it has been evolved in a lot of medicals, okay, so a lot of healthcare, a wide range of application has been founded here, and we could see that even for example, social medias like Instagram and other social medias have implemented AI. Okay, so when we talk about AI, we will be discussing some related terms, which is nothing but machine learning, data science. Okay, so deep learning and all these are some contributions which can be helpful to achieve AI. And talking about this, they are using algorithms with the help of AI, which finds the user preference, and more probably what they'll try to do is, for example, their task is they have to make every user to spend more time on their particular application. Let us consider Instagram. So they want you to spend more time on Instagram. So they need to analyze the pattern behind what posts you like the most, which is your taste, everything they need to understand. They can't do it for everyone manually, right? For example, how many millions of users are there for Instagram? So they are integrating AI here, which finds the underlying pattern, so that they can give you precise contents which like make you sit in this particular app for a very long time, which we obviously does, and AI is successful in that part. And particularly the application and data science with the help of machine learning is also improving in a lot of places. And as you guys have told, we have chat GPT, which is giving response like human, like in whatever field you ask, it gives you the basic response nowadays. When you try to go in depth, okay, sometimes it may fail. You could have also tried, if you have utilized it for projects and all, you could have find it difficult, because after some extent it's not performing that well. It will give you improper results and something like that. I too have faced it. But it's not the end. Nowadays they have released ChatGPT 4, the next version, and the updates which has overcome the limitation. So in over the period of time, we could expect a fully fledged proper GPTs or chatbots, which not only gives the predefined response, and it interacts like humans. So all these things, okay, whatever you take from data science, or all these things comes under one category, which is called as data. So with the help of data only you are proceeding further. So this data is important. The information and the data is important. That's the base for creating a data science or AI. So how it is utilized? Okay, so this is done. Okay, and how this decision making is done. So we could process the numbers with max, fine. But how this decision has been taken? So that decision making property has been given with the help of machine learning in artificial intelligence. Okay, so with the help of machine learning only you could achieve artificial intelligence. So let us see a proper introduction of AI and types of it, and then we'll go into what is machine learning, what is deep learning, what role they play in artificial intelligence, and then like chat GPTs with the help of NLP, and image processing like self-driving cars with the help of computer vision. We'll discuss those. Is it clear till now? Can we proceed further, guys? I need response from everyone who is watching. In chat box you could post yes. Yes? Okay, fine. Thank you for the response, guys. We'll continue. So let us see some proper introduction to artificial intelligence. So when we discuss about artificial intelligence, it's mandatory to discuss about machine learning and understand deep learning. Okay. So talking about that, this is a one hierarchy which you need to learn, that artificial intelligence is a collective thing where you are trying to create a human like intelligence. So for doing that you need something known as machine learning. So machine learning helps you to achieve deep artificial intelligence. So what is this deep learning then? Deep learning is actually an advanced version of machine learning. So once again it's a part of machine learning. So all these things are contributing towards AI. Okay. So what is an AI? It is the method of making computer, a robot or a software think intelligently like human mind. Okay, so we have in computer science like non-intelligent machines which can't think, they can't make decisions, they can't do any new things. Whereas we have some intelligent machines like Tesla cars which can drive automatically, and we have Alexa and all, right? Chat GPTs and all, these are intelligent machines. So in this type of AI we have two types. We have purely reactive and limited memory. Okay, so in purely reactive, these machines do not have any memory or data to work with, specializing in just one field of work. And in limited memory we have a specific field. For example, these machines collect previous data and continue adding it to their memory. They have enough memory or experience to make proper decisions. and we have theory of mind and self-aware. So when we go to theory of mind, this kind of AI can understand thoughts and emotions, as well as they can socially interact. Okay, so these machines are yet to build, and we have a type which is called as self-aware. Okay, so these self-aware machines are the future generation of these new technologies. They will be intelligent, sentient, and conscious. So it seems like it is like these self-awares are not yet achieved, like it's like in the movies. Okay, so there is a AI which can completely go on its own. That's not yet achieved, but still it's under the human vision. We have it. And so how does this AI work? So the AI works with the help of data. So okay, we have your data, you are giving it to some algorithm, it is processing and taking decision. So this is where the machine learning comes into play, and deep learning is a part of machine learning, so some advanced version. So talking about it, machine learning that gives AI the ability to learn. Okay, so this is done by using algorithms to discover pattern and generate insights from the data. So now you have your data, you use machine learning to train or make your machine to learn. Okay, so the learning part, if it want to take decision, if it want to think, first it need to learn, and that has been done with the help of machine learning. So once you train an algorithm with the help of machine learning, it could it could learn, it could think, it could decide. Okay, so that everything comes under the package of machine learning. So then what is deep learning is, it's an advanced version. Machine learning is a base version. So for complex data, real world data, your machine learning may not be sufficient, and in such places you have to go with deep learning, which is a subcategory of machine learning, provides AI with the ability to mimic a human brain's neural network. Okay, so in deep learning we are trying to mimic a human brain's neural network with neurons, so it makes sense of patterns, noises and sources of confusions in the data. So it is an advanced version. So what are the tools if you want to achieve AI? I'll tell you guys. See here, mostly if you check, we can perform AI with the help of Python programming. That's the base thing. So with the help of Python, you could use machine learning libraries and deep learning libraries. You could write code for it, for training and then decision making and so on. Okay, and yeah, for understanding our human language, we can utilize a domain which is called as natural language processing. It's like a human language processing. NLP can be utilized, and then computer vision can be utilized for giving vision or giving eyes to your AI. Okay, like this is implemented in your Tesla cars and all, computer vision. This NLP is utilized in ChatGPT. Okay, so if you implement these things in a project, you could create a AI. Okay, so that's the base things. Some advanced things are also available. We'll discuss that one by one now. Okay, so what are the components of AI is? Machine learning, NLP, deep learning, computer vision. So these things would help you to achieve artificial intelligence effectively. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Post some response. Okay, AI use in our daily life. So Instagram, for example, these applications like Lenskart and all, they'll allow you to recognize your face and they'll give you a nice results of your which suits you the most. Like Google Maps uses it to find the nearest way possible and all. And we have Netflix. These things are like recommendation systems like social media, so that you spend more time and utilize their applications. Okay, and ChatGPTs, YouTube, other social medias, everything nowadays uses AI. Okay, so all these applications are available, but if you want to build this AI, once again, as we have discussed, these four are mandatory: machine learning, deep learning, NLP and image processing. So let's take a step towards machine learning, then deep learning, then NLP, then image processing. Okay, so what is machine learning then? As I have told you, it's one of the part where our machine learns and decides. Okay, so talking about machine learning, it is the creation of algorithms and models, okay, which are capable of making informed choices or decisions by processing the data and learning from it. Okay. So how does it done? So initially you have a data. Okay, it could be of any type, guys. Usually the data will be available in a CSV format, in a tabular format with numbers. Okay, so only numbers can be understandable by our machines, right? Ones and zeros or any numbers. So even though you have text, you have to find it or convert it into numbers. Even for image, we does the same. So the data, what we'll do is we have to analyze it and process it, because the data which you have may or may not be correct. You can't expect it to be correct every time. So what you could simply do is we'll be doing some analysis. So that part or particular domain is called as data analytics. Okay, we will be performing some exploratory data analysis and finding the insights of it. Then we will be finding some mistakes in it. For example, this has null values, this has duplicates, this data has some unnecessary information. So we'll do all the sorting here, and once it is done, the data which has been given from here will be taken into an algorithm which is called as machine learning algorithm. So based on the specific task that has been trained, it will be learning on its own. That learning is nothing but it's a statistical tool, guys. Based on maths and statistics, it is going to perform, and based on it you could later on ask questions to it and it will provide answers for it. Simple. Then what is deep learning? As I told you earlier, it is a specialized field within machine learning which does the same task. See here, data analysis and pre-processing into neural network. It's the same process, but instead of this machine learning algorithms, you are going to utilize something known as a network, which is something like this, which is called as artificial neural networks. So this single unit, this circle is called as a neuron, and if you collect it multiple, it is called as a neural network, a network layer. Okay, so that if you remember in school days, or if you are specialized in that particular field, you would have learned that our human brain has neurons and neural layers and neural network, where the informations can be passed from one neuron to another. Am I correct? Right? So those implementations are done here. Like they are trying to mimic our human thinking capability in deep learning. That's why it's one of the successful part contributing towards AI. Without deep learning, we don't have any AI. Okay. So once again, the data is given, analyzed and pre-processed and given to our neural network, and this is what their hierarchy is. So then what's next? What is NLP then? So as I discussed earlier, NLP is natural language processing. It's a combination of artificial intelligence, our human language, and also computer science. Okay. So let us see some basics of natural language processing then. So talking about NLP, it is a machine learning technology that gives computers the ability to interpret, manipulate, and comprehend our human language. So talking about NLP, as I told you earlier, even though you go with machine learning algorithm or you go with neural network, our computer can handle only number data, okay, only numbers. If you have text data like natural language processing, which is human data, how are you going to convert it into numbers? That is the step for NLP. So once you have it in numbers, obviously you can go into your neural network and give that data. So this data is now in a human text format. Okay, so you can't just give numbers to it. Okay, you need to find a way which is meaningful, so that even though you convert it into numbers, that represents the same meaning as it is in text. That is a difficult task, right? That is made simple with the help of concepts of natural language processing. So in natural language processing, we have different letters, words, and sentence, right? So those things are categorized, so they are converted in a way representation of vector and numbers, and then that is provided to our neural network. So once again, the data is processed, and one of the high level architecture, it's a very base what I have told you. A high level architecture is what a ChatGPT is. Okay, so these are some of the real time applications nowadays available with the help of NLP, like email filtering. If you have used Gmail, okay, I hope everyone uses Gmail. So if you go inside of it, you would have find a folder which is called as spam. Am I correct? Spam folder. So even though, like for example, if the content is found that it is a spam mail means which unwanted mails, which is like giving some false information, claiming that they'll give you some money or something like that, right? So those mails will go into spam. So this is done automatically by an algorithm. Okay, so there is even a project in machine learning called as spam mail classification, spam or ham classification project, which uses NLP. where we'll train. So what we'll train? We'll train data. So what does that data is? So I have a set of data. For example, I have 1 lakh mail. Okay, in that 1 lakh mail, okay, I'll be having, for example, let us consider 50,000 like normal mails and 50,000 spam mail, and I'll tell my algorithm that be careful, these are all spam mails. So it will learn what does this spam, what does it have, and later on when I give a new mail, it should give me that this is classified as a spam mail, so be careful. So that is what used in email filtering. And similarly, language translation, smart assistants like ChatGPTs, or we have Alexa and all, right? Document analysis, online searches, predictive text automatic summarization, social media monitoring, chatbots, sentiment analysis, and so on. Okay, so these are all coming under natural language processing. Then one important task is your computer vision. So for example, I think I have computer vision here. Please wait. Okay, fine. So as we have learned all these things, finally let us discuss about computer vision also. So computer vision or image recognition, all these things which is going to give your AI nothing but eyes to see the world, right? So for example, here our data is image. Okay, even though you have a video is nothing but multiple frames of images, right? So obviously you will be having it in the image format. So what is this image? Okay, image is nothing but numbers once again. Okay, so for example, this image, right? So for example, these images are nothing but pixel values. So in each pixel, if it's a colored image, we'll be having 3-channel matrix which will represent its shape. 3 channel is nothing but red, green, and blue. For example, yeah, this is the slide. So if you have an image, okay, so the final thing which you see is a combination of what values in that particular pixel. It could be red, green, and blue. So what is their combination? For example, if green and blue are 0, if this red is 255, which tells that this output in that particular pixel is red color, okay, because it's the full value and remaining things are 0. Okay, if it is 0 in all the places, it is considered as a black image. If it is 255 in all the places, it is considered as a white image. So that's how the color is generated. So in this format, we'll do some processing so that once again my data is going to be in the format of numbers. So this is the number conversion place. Finally, you will be giving into your artificial neural network or deep learning or machine learning to do the same task. Okay. For example, in image processing, we have one common project which is called as, okay, dog versus cat identification, where I have 10,000 images of dog and 10,000 images of cat. So I'll be training it in my artificial neural network. So what it does is, once it trained, I'll be giving a new image. Okay. So once in the new image, it will try to find whether this image is a dog or a cat. It will tell you. Okay. So it will give you the output. So that's how image recognition works. So that is what some advanced versions are trained in our Tesla cars and all, to avoid the obstacles. So if it is found, what it should do, how to decide, and all achieved from image recognition and deep learning. And these are some of the deep learning frameworks from Python, which is TensorFlow, Keras, and PyTorch. Okay, and there are different artificial neural networks and types of it. Is it clear till now? If it's clear, I could discuss about this interesting thing which is called as generative AI or generative adversarial network. Is it clear, guys? Can I get some response? Yes, yeah. So talking about this generative AI, I just want to show you this. So actually we are planning to conduct a generative AI masterclass. It's a 21 days free class in this YouTube channel. So if you are interested to learn this, so where we'll be discussing, it starts on January 3rd. In the new year, you could start freshly 6 to 7 p.m. on YouTube. It's a 21 day session where we'll be elaborately discussing about deep learning basics, how to utilize PyTorch for the same with Python, computer vision libraries, the task and format behind it, and then generative adversarial network, where I am going to give introduction now. So we will deeply utilize it for realistic face generation, high quality artwork generation, image generations, image to image translation, artistic image generation, image resolution enhancement with AI, and high quality faces generation, which is not even real persons will be generating it. So if you are interested, you could register it here with this QR code. Okay, I'm not sure that the link is available now, so you could use this QR code to register if you are interested to learn this. It's one of the new course, you can't find it anywhere, so you could utilize this opportunity. Fine, so we'll continue with our session. So let us continue some basics about GAN. Okay, generative adversarial network, which is this GAN is responsible for this image generations and all. Okay, so can we start with generative adversarial network? Okay, so if we are going to learn GAN, I am interested to show you guys this particular site, which is called as this person does not exist. So there is a website which is called as this person does not exist. So if you search it and go inside of it, see here, we are getting some image, right? So actually this person doesn't exist. Okay, it's not a real image, it's a generated image with the help of a generative AI. So if you refresh this, you will be getting different persons' images and how authentic it is. So if you believe, will you believe that this is not a real person? There is no one in this world like this. So that's what the site is for. All these images are actually generated, okay, which resembles our human, but they are not real. Okay, so this is one of the application of AI nowadays. So how interesting is this, right? Apart from that, you could have also seen about AI art generators. Okay, so for example, if you post your image, they'll turn it into some artistic form. Or nowadays we have like stable diffusion and all, where they have integrated NLP, okay, natural language processing with image processing, so that what you describe will be generated as a result. Am I correct? Have you guys used it? Image generators, if you could describe, they will be generating image. Okay, so all these persons are not a real person, they are generated. So please check this site, it will be interesting. So how it is generated then? Okay, so let us learn the basics of GANs now. So this neural network or deep learning we have discussed, right? We have different types of neural networks there. For example, we have artificial neural network, okay, and we have convolution neural network for image based task, and we have recurrent neural network for text based task. Okay, so these are different architectures and there are a lot of maths and things happening behind it. So one such evolution is generative adversarial network. So generative means it is going to generate something new, as we have seen that. And what is this adversarial means? It is like a competitive game. Okay, and a network is neural network. So these GANs are designed for generative tasks, meaning that they are used to create new data instances that resembles a given data. Okay, so they are not the real one, but that resembles a given data. So this generative adversarial network is a machine learning or deep learning model in which we have two neural networks. Okay, here comes the interesting part. Till now we have utilized a single network, but here we are going to have two neural networks. That's why the name is adversarial, which means competition. We are going to conduct a competition between two neural networks. So one is going to be considered as a generator. Another neural network will be a discriminator. Okay. So why we are using this is we are going to conduct a game behind these two things. Okay. So what happens is, let us see this. For example, we have two things. One is a generator, another one is a discriminator. For example, the task of the generator is to generate, okay, or for example, let us consider generator as a thief, okay, and discriminator is a police. So discriminator wants to find whether the data generated by the generator is original or wrong, okay. So this generator actually tries to create a Mona Lisa painting. Okay, so he has learned, okay, that's the data, he is going to learn from the data. He have multiple images of Mona Lisa painting and he is trying to create one, and this is what he have done at the first instance. Okay, so obviously you and me and this discriminator could tell that this is not a Mona Lisa painting. Okay, so that is the neural network. Discriminator will do that, it will try to compare with the original picture and tells that this is not real. Okay, so this generator now failed. So what he tries to do is he tried to learn more and implement it furthermore. So the next time he improves the output. Okay, it means next time means over the period of time what he tries to do it, he tries to do something like this, but still it is not resembling the original one, right? What happens is discriminator once again going to fail it. So this process over the time it is going to continue in a loop for multiple times over a period of time. Okay, it will try to create, the generator will be perfectly doing it and create a picture which exactly resembles this painting. At this particular point of time, the discriminator is going to be get fooled and he will accept that this is a real image, but it is not. Okay, so it is a generated one, and that is what we have seen here. Okay, I think I have closed it. This person does not exist or anything which you could see. These are not a real image, these are generated one. Okay, okay, if you try to refresh it, you will be getting different pictures. And also if you check, for example, PyTorch, GANs. So in PyTorch, it's a deep learning framework for achieving this. Not only human faces, they are doing it for different applications like image enhancement and so on. For example, they could have created the images, for example, like this. So if you want to wonder how it works in the back end, I can show you this particular thing. These are coding parts. Okay, so all these things will be discussed in that. I have given you that generative AI link, right? So we'll be doing that here. At first instance, this is what a painting. Consider our thief is going to paint a Mona Lisa painting. This is what he have done in the first step. Okay, next let us see what happens next. Okay, see here, based on our real data. What is our real data? This is our real data. Okay, it is trying to create something. Can you guys see the hair and the faces which is not properly implemented? So over the time it is going to do it again. Okay, see here, it is improved furthermore. We could see the shapes, eyes and all improve. Okay, so this step goes and goes and goes. When it when the step goes, okay, you could see that it is in some part you could see the phrase properly. Okay, it's a combination of multiple things trying to achieve newly, and this is what finally they will be achieving. Okay, in some places you will be getting. So over a period of time you could achieve something which resembles your original data. It is not only for faces, it is done in lot of places like stable diffusion and all. If you type the prompt, it is going to create, for example, create a dog sitting on particular thing. And for example, like we have this, right, Photoshop generative fill. Have you utilized this in Photoshop too? Generative fill, generative AI. Okay, for example, I think we could learn it furthermore. One minute, we'll try to see. For example, see here, this is the original image. What they have tried to do is they will be adding prompt. For example, here particular thing they will select and like give a prompt like add a pond here. So the image will be generated which looks authentic. And then for example, jaguar drinking from pond. So if you give prompt, it will update the image. Finally, you could have a finalized image like this. Okay. See here. So how is these things work? For example, pretty dragon emerging from storm sea. So see here, the images are generated. So this is a combination of NLP for understanding your human data and then integrating it with computer vision or generative AI to generate these. Okay. So all these things are high-end applications. Anyway, so let us continue with our generative adversarial networks. So this is the basics of GANs, and if you are interested to learn it furthermore, please join our 21-day masterclass. And this is what the evolution of generative models is. Okay. For example, these GANs and all, they are available from 2015, and then came something known as transformer. And this transformer is for NLP, and this transformer is nothing but the T from your ChatGPT. So in ChatGPT, you have something known as T, right? So that ChatGPT is an expansion of generative, okay, pre-trained transformer. So it's a generative model. It is pre-trained and it is based on transformer architecture. It is not adversarial. Adversarial is what GAN is, and this T is for transformer architecture. It's one of the high-end architecture available. Okay, so this transformer has evolved into GPT-2 by the year of 2019. Then they have introduced ChatGPT-3, now 4 and all coming. And by the way, you have other things. For example, for computer vision, we have different GAN. See here, style GAN and all we'll be seeing in our internship, in our master class, and we have different types too here. Okay, and this transformer is a paper which is published in this particular part of 2016, which created a revolution, which is nothing but attention is all you need. Okay, it is what revolutionized this NLP tasks to give prompt and text response like ChatGPT. Okay, so it is, see this guys, it's an image which is very complex. In this image itself, all these things are done in coding part. It's one of the architecture, like we have discussed the GAN, right? We have a generator and a discriminator. Here also we have two things. Okay, and both things we have a input and output generator, and then we have attention, forward feed, normalization, and this does the same task. Furthermore, layers are added and the output is generated. So this transformers has been initially done in this paper. They have published it. It is utilized for things like translation and all. Okay, first it was utilized for multi-language translation, and then later it is improved into what we have seen as ChatGPT. Okay, so this is the history. These things are commonly called as large language models. Okay, and we have, starting it from these years, we have 2011 we had Google Brain. In 2017 we had transformer architecture, and then in 2020 OpenAI, ChatGPT 3 and all available. Okay, so this is the difference of the ChatGPT. Large language model is for text, and our generative AI GANs and different type of GANs are for image based task. Is it clear till now what we have discussed? Is it clear, guys? And this is the difference. I'll explain it in a bit. Before that, is it clear? So see this comparisons of GPT. Okay, so the initial version had a parameter of 117 million, and then it has changed into, updated into 1.5 billion and 175 billion, and I don't know the exact numbers of GPT-4, which is furthermore comparatively higher than this. And the context length is important. For example, if you type something very lengthy, if you just copy paste it, it can't understand. Our GPT-3 and all failed. Okay, so it tells that this is very long, it can't proceed with that further. But now they are improving the tokens. Okay, nowadays I hear that you could even send a 500-page book, okay, as a prompt, okay, for your ChatGPT 4. So that is the level they have improved it, and the number of layers has been improved. Training time has been improved, because once you improve all these things, once again the training time is going to be high. For example, the GPT-1 is trained for 5 days, and GPT-2 and 3 it has been done for several months. Okay, imagine how much time and energy they have spent on this. And fine tuning for improving it, domain specific knowledge now we can get, and nowadays they are having it like multilingual and all. Okay, so these transformers, they have two things. Once again, here we have a encoder and we have a decoder which proceeds with the output. Okay, and this is what their architecture is, and this is what the comparison of GPT-3 versus GPT-4 in the level. Okay, so nowadays it is advancing. Furthermore, we could expect a lot of more AI tools. Nowadays you could have also seen about Gemini AI, right? Gemini AI from Google. Okay, so this Gemini AI is, you could have seen, for example, it is done in this December only. So they have introduced something like which is capable of doing lot of tasks, which is self-aware it seems. So it is giving you responses from what they have. See here, they have compared the state of performance from different models, comparison of GPT-4 with Gemini Ultra. So this Gemini is coming under different categories like Pro version, Ultra version, I think so. See here, Gemini Ultra, our largest and most capable model, and Gemini Pro version and Nano version, maybe the pricing changes, I hope so. And its performance, they have seen it, given it as it is performing a lot of places, they are performing well than GPT-4 with multimodal comparisons and all. So how it works, so reasoning and all, they are able to give very specific answers. I hope there is a video of it in their advertisement. I have seen it, very interesting. We have Bard AI from Google, okay, and a lot more are available if you see in the online, okay. One evolved one properly is ChatGPT. Apart from that, we do have a lot of AIs now available, okay. This is Bard AI from Google, which does the same task. In Bard Google, you could directly add images, you could try it, okay, maybe with different account, okay, and you could add these details to it. For example, you could post give an image and ask the details inside of it, it will tell you results. It's an improved version of ChatGPT, is free. This is also free, it does some better tasks. They have their advantage and disadvantage. So finally, so this is the evolution of AI. Mostly today we have seen a lot of introductions and concepts. Maybe in further session we can have some hands-on and build a proper AI. So any doubts if you have, you could post freely in chat box. In tomorrow's session, we'll try to create one of the basic generative adversarial network, and we'll try to have image processing project as well as a natural language processing project. I won't be explaining in depth about it. Let us see how it works, what's the output, what we could achieve. Okay, so that is what going to be the agenda for tomorrow's session. We can have another AI, further AIs are possible, and it's nowadays they are trying to build it specific for some task. For example, for healthcare, for this and that, they are trying to build categories inside of it so that it can be utilized widely. So there is no limitations, it seems. We can't escape AI. Maybe don't worry about losing jobs, because if you are an AI creator, then it will be really better, right? So when everyone is trying to learn how to use AI, it's wise to learn how to create AI so that in future you have some importance, right? Thank you. We'll see you in next session. Thank you.